Hi guys, it's Sahaya Gill, and today I'm in conversation with Arindam Bora, the founder and owner of Valkyrie Mumbai. Valkyrie does hand painted jackets and t shirts and shirts that are really unique. So today we have Arindam talking to us a little about himself and about his brand. Hi Arindam, could you please tell our audience a little about yourself and about how you started your brand?
Hi, so my name is Arindam Bora, and prior to starting Valkyrie, which is my baby, and it's been like a year, I was doing corporate. I was an international business analyst in an oil and gas company in Bogota, Colombia. I was 21 years old when I left India. I went to Bogota, Colombia, a different continent, whole different genre of people, whole different style. They don't speak English. So I learned Spanish. You have to learn Spanish when you're in Colombia, when you're in Philippines, or I mean, when you're in South America. And I was there for 2.5 years. Then my CEO acquired another company in the Far East in Philippines. It's called Atlantic Gulf and Pacific Company of Manila. And so I followed him there along with our core corporate team. It was a modular construction. We were doing modular construction is a method of construction where they make all the pieces in a massive yard. They barge it into the oceans and then they fix the pieces like a Lego. So we were doing these modular constructions for massive oil and gas companies. And after having experience in two different continents and at a prime age of 25, 26, I thought the best way to move forward in my career is to pursue an MBA. So I started MBA, I started studying, was ready for the test and everything. And I by that time I already started a small business. It was a football jersey business in the Philippines. And as it was gaining momentum in the Philippines, I decided to uh, get this business going in India, clearly because my roots are in India and India is a massive market. Before you know it, a year goes by, it becomes massive. You end up hiring employees, you put the whole MBA plan on hold for a couple of years, thinking that you'll have better experience in another 2 years of starting your own company and then, maybe getting into a better school. One thing led to another. Then I diversified. I started an art illustration company. We do celebrity illustrations, frame them in the form of a very cool acrylic wall frames. It was called Pop Art Studio and Pop Art Factory. So we did that. We did exhibitions all over India. And then when it comes to Valkyrie, I always liked denim jackets. I always liked ripped denim jackets. And the whole idea of customizing the backside is very powerful. It is very powerful in terms of the customer has all the freedom in designing what they want behind, and that really I mean, for me, I really thought that was a massive business opportunity. I started looking up t-shirt designs and hand painted designs on Pinterest. Found that most of these things were done in the Western countries, in Europe, in America, and the prices were ridiculous. And I definitely saw this as a opportunity to come in. Considering India's low labor, we could definitely have a very profitable business from day one. So that was the story how I started with the hand painted denim jackets. And then obviously our core is hand painted denim jackets, but we also went and diversified into different t-shirts. And now it's been a year old. We've done exhibitions all over India. We've done massive exhibitions like India Story in Calcutta, which is a very prestigious fashion event. We do a lot of flea markets. uh, we have a store presence in Curato, which is in Bandra. We were speaking to a whole bunch of people, and we were also delivering jackets worldwide. We had clients from Amsterdam, we had clients from Milan, we had clients from New York. So, yeah, pretty much that's how it's going. And we have a massive plan, a massive growth chart that we want to adhere and, go ahead with it.
So, what's the story behind Valkyrie? How did you come up with that name, and what's the story of that?
Uh, Funny story about the name. I used to be in Colombia and I used to be in Philippines, like I said before. So in Colombia, obviously I was young. I was in my early 20s. It was all about partying and, the regular early 20s stuff. Uh, I used to go to a club called Valkyrie in Colombia. And once I moved to Philippines after 2.5 years, coincidentally, there was another club in the Philippines in Manila called Valkyrie. So the name always stayed with me. I really liked the ring it had. And yeah, I decided to call my company Valkyrie because I really like the name. It's got some attitude to it. And yeah, that was the idea behind the name.
Is it hard for you to stay innovative?
Staying innovative is pretty much the easiest thing for me to do rather than all operations and management. It's, I mean, in today's world of globalization and easy access to internet, no one should ever complain that they cannot be innovative. Being innovative should be very natural to people, considering the huge amount of resources we have with a single tap. We're trying to be innovative now, given the conditions of the world. We are more focusing on what the customer wants. That was my number one goal in the jacket. We are coming up with a collection of jacket which is more happy, we are one, we are united, etc. on that vibe. But apart from that, it's pretty much what the customer wants. You like a movie, you get that made. I give you power. So it's empowering the customer to choose what they want. And that is pretty much the foundation of Valkyrie.
Do things that inspire you find a way into your work?
I'm a massive hip hop fan, always been all my life. So most of my designs would be hip hop, streetwear, um, counterculture oriented. And I like the whole rebellious vibe. The vibe for Valkyrie is very loud and proud. It's not for everyone, but one can even go ahead and make a very simple, subtle jacket as they like.
What would you say your biggest challenge was when you started out Valkyrie?
Biggest challenge in a country like India, like I said before, is to find the right people for the right job. People would be any entrepreneur's biggest asset as well as the biggest nightmare. It's never easy to find the right people. It's always trial and error. It might take you 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, a whole decade to find the right person for the right job. And if you're lucky, you can find the right person the first time as well. It's got it, that there's a lot of luck aspect that is involved, and that was my biggest challenge. The materials, the jackets, the everything else, the designs, that was never a problem. It was the people, the right people for operation, the right people for marketing, right people for um, social media. It's that's what takes up most of the time of an entrepreneur.
So, what was something you learned and discovered after you started your own brand?
Creating your own brand is never easy. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it. You, being the brand owner, have to literally be on top of everything from the people you hire, the graphic designers. It's very important to safeguard your idea. You need to hire the right people. You cannot go for the just because somebody is ready to work at a cheaper rate does not mean they are right for it, because you will handle everything. It's very important you can delegate responsibilities to people who can take those responsibilities and people who you can trust, from designing the jackets, from hiring the painters, the artists, the labels, the brand marketing, the Instagram page, the photo shoots, the collaborations. It's all you. And starting a brand is never easy, but if you're really, really confident about something, you'll always find ways to make it happen.
How is the current scenario affecting you and your work, and how are you coping up with that?
Times are hard, times have changed, the rules of society has been rewritten, everything has been changed, it'll never be the same. And with that said, it is not a time to sulk, it is not a time to be negative and worry what's going to happen. Take this opportunity. There's been 40 days counting. that we've been stuck at home. So this should have been the most productive time of your lifetime. In Valkyrie, we have got in touch with the best of the best developers and coming up with a platform, a tech infused platform, an interface whereby you can custom design your own t shirts, your hoodies, and your own jackets via your phone. Place an order and get it made within 7 days. 7 days for the jackets, for the t shirts, 2 to 3 days. Now, you would say t-shirt customizing interfaces do exist. Yes, they do exist. A lot of people have it, but a lot of people have it in a way which a normal person would never use. Either it's too shabby or there's too much happening, and you never get the right idea of the what the t-shirt would look like, and thereby you lose out a lot of sales. We are trying to make the most simplest, most coolest interface which you can design a t-shirt within 60 seconds and then have it printed. So that's our new goal. We're coming up with the entire collection, and we're staying positive. We've retained all our artists, and we've given them multiple jackets, and they are at home, nothing to bother them. They just keep painting. And yeah.
That's great to hear, and I'm glad your team is staying positive and you guys are still working and coping up well with the current situation that's going on outside. Thank you so much for your time and giving us an insight about what you guys do at Valkyrie and about how you came to start this lovely brand of yours. So, guys, join us again in our next podcast. Till then, take care, be safe, and stay healthy.